Do you ever consider what you're supposed to be doing with your life? I know you do. The thing is it a doingness or a beingness? Is it what you're supposed to do or who you're supposed to be? Well, if you've ever wondered, then stay tuned.
Well, hi there and welcome. My name is Remy, like Remy. I'm a best-selling author and creator of the Get Unstuck Revolution. I help extraordinary women with big-ass dreams just like you who want to get unstuck from a life that doesn't work and get to where you know you need to be, into a life that's filled with passions and purpose. Now let's get started with today's episode.
Okay, let me jump off the screen here and switch over to my laptop. Today, we're talking about our unique purpose and why we're here on this earth. Do we look for something we feel passionate about, or is it something else? As business owners, or even if we have a quote-unquote real job, or even in our relationships at home or at work, or when we want to see our finances change, we can sometimes get frustrated with this idea of, where do I fit in? And what am I supposed to do with my life? And we don't know what direction to take, and before we know it, we're kind of feeling lost and clueless. How can we find clarity so that we can step into our hidden power? Well, in this episode, what we'll be talking about is your life purpose, and that's who you came here to be and what you came here to do. We'll be talking about what gives you the most positive energy, and we'll take a look at the honeycomb worksheet to discover what you love most. Yes, we're talking about how to find your hidden power when you want to transform challenges into successes. I like to call it the audacity of alchemy. Because when you're feeling stuck, it's never the situation that has you stuck. It's your energy about your situation that's become stuck in doubts, worries, frustrations, indecision. In other words, it isn't the pain of your situation. It's the pain of not being connected in the natural energy of who you really are, of being connected to that magical part of you that's a creative vibrational being who can use positive energies to create what you want and bring it into physical manifestation. Part of this process is to allow your manifestations to materialize and not get stuck in the negative vibrations that block them. And these positive energies that we talk about so much are where you find the magic of alchemy. And using your hidden power means using these positive energies to effect transformation. Because if you're like me, then you're someone who has the audacity, the willingness to take bold risks and transform challenges into success. So let's talk about this idea of transformation and the audacity of alchemy. You know, last week we did an episode on finding your purpose in life. That episode was called, We Weren't Put on This Earth to Struggle. We Have One Unique Purpose for Being Here. And we talked about your life purpose being who you came here to be and what you came here to do. It's both beingness and doingness. Now, in that episode, we also talked about the joy factor and how your own smile is a signal to you on whether you're on the right track, because if you aren't smiling, there's definitely something wrong. And your smile is also a signal to the universe as it helps guide you to your true life's purpose, because when you're smiling, you're showing the universe a positive energy, and that gives the universe an instruction to bring you more things to smile about. So last week's episode was more about who you're here to be, and today we're on the other side of the coin talking about what you're here to do. Knowing both sides of this equation will help you when you want to create a little alchemy. Now today is a little more about the passion side of your life's purpose, because it's all interrelated. Your passions often hold clues to your life purpose, and so we want to discover what you love most. And so I'm putting an image up on the screen, and this is just a way to brainstorm around what you love most. Now you could just as easily draw a series of concentric circles if you'd like to doodle on your own visually, but really, if you really look at this, it's just a series of 10 questions when you break it down. Actually, I've got 11 up here. Now, the first thing you'll notice as you look at this image is that the layout is a series of honeycombs. Or I should say it's a series of cells that make up a honeycomb. Now, if you don't know this about me yet, I like to use honeycombs as a theme on some of my worksheets. And the reason I design it this way is because of this. If you know anything about cell phone and cell signals, you know that the way we receive a signal is because our city has an overlay over the land in the shape of a honeycomb. And as you drive around in your car, the signal jumps from one honeycomb cell to the next, giving you a reliable signal as you go. Now, this honeycomb can also be seen in the world of bees. Their honeycombs are also a series of cells, and this is how they store their honey. Now, I like to think of it as how they store their prosperity. Our business is the same way. Or if you're an employee of someone else's business, it's still the same thing. We have more than one program, more than one project, more than one topic that we're tending to, and they're all connected. Our passions also work the same way. They often connect with each other. I have a passion for teaching, which means I also have a passion for leading workshops, which also means I have a passion for public speaking, and so on. They all connect. And sometimes you'll see me use this honeycomb on the alchemy matrix to illustrate how one thought connects to another and another. So I like to use the metaphor of a honeycomb. Now, when bees are busy with their honeycombs, they're fully engaged in their passion, just like they're fully engaged when they cross-pollinate flowers. And so this is the example that I want to use. Without pollination, nothing can bloom, whether we're talking about bees or whether we're talking about your business. And when I talk about pollination, I'm really talking about your energy. You use your energy to tend to your business, either positive or negative energy, depending on where you are. And your passions are what give you the positive energy. And this is why we want to discover your passions. So how do we go about doing this? Well, we're going to talk about that, but first I want to remind you, and here's another honeycomb because I just like them so much. If you're ready to dissolve life's obstacles that are sometimes like landmines on your path to success, then you might be ready for this amazing new tool to get you moving into some better patterns where success can find its way to you. It's called the Alchemy Matrix, and it's going to help you shape your destiny. It's an interactive roadmap designed to help you solve problems, dissolve barriers, and bring in a lot of clarity so you can create a future that you'd like to see. Just a brief reminder that you can sign up to learn more about the Alchemy Matrix at successcircleworkshops.com, and I promise to tell you more about that in a minute. But for now, we are talking about this worksheet and how your passions are what give you the positive energy to bring about transformation. It's how you access your hidden power, and this is why we want to discover your passions. Your passions are what give you the positive energy, and positive energy is how you can use your hidden power and bring about transformation. And this is why we want to discover your passions, because it's an energy that we want to connect with. So how do we go about doing this? Well, you've probably heard a million of these questions like, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Or what are you doing when a day just flies by and you've lost all sense of time? Quite honestly, I get a little bit bored with some of these common, ordinary questions. So hopefully, I'm about to give you one or two new questions that will help you dig a little bit deeper. What I found is that looking at your passions is a great way to further clarify your life's true purpose. So we're looking for a little more clarity today. Now, you've heard me say it before that your true purpose is to create transformation through positive energies. This is how you can harness your hidden power and bring your vision to life and not get stuck in the negative vibrations that block that vision for success. And that's the beingness side of things. But for today's episode, we're talking about the doingness and what you came here to do. So the way this worksheet goes is that you just start answering the questions clockwise from number 1 all the way around. One question might spark an idea for something else, and that's why some of the honeycomb blocks are empty. It gives you space so that as you brainstorm, there's room for new ideas. Now, you can go and create your own mind map if you'd rather, or you can simply visualize what you see here and fill it in on a virtual screen inside your imagination, or you can obviously use a separate piece of paper and draw out your own concentric circles. Now, one more thing, we aren't looking for any one particular earth-shattering answer where the seas part and the angels sing, although that happens, we'll take it. This exercise is meant as a brainstorming exercise to unlock another layer of clarity. Now, for those of you who are more auditory than visual, you've told me that you like to come back to a recording and listen to the questions just to see what comes up for you in the moment. So if you want to stay out of your head and go into your heart, you might prefer to listen to the questions with your eyes closed and pause the recording at certain points. It's whatever works for you. Maybe you'll even want to do both. So we're going to begin the exercise. You can either follow along on the screen or close your eyes and just listen if you'd rather. So here we go, and I'm going to give you the first question. And remember, we're looking for the joy factor and what makes you smile so that the universe knows what to bring to you. And here we go with question number 1. What are you naturally curious about? What are you naturally curious about? The next question is, what would you like to change about the world? What would you like to change about the world? The next question, what ideas are you most inspired by? What ideas are you most inspired by? And the next question, what angers you? What's your soapbox issue? What angers you? What could you stand up on a soapbox about? And the next question, what would you love to do or accomplish before you die? What would you love to do or accomplish before you die? The next question, what would you do if you had no inhibitions, if you were free from your ego mind? What would you do if you had no inhibitions, if you were free from ego thinking? And next, what would you do if you weren't limited by money? If you maybe married a billionaire, what would you do with your time and resources? What would you do if you weren't limited by money? And next, looking back over your life so far, what were you doing when you felt the most empowered? What were you doing when you felt the most empowered? Next, what would you feel like when you're playing full out? Or what would make you feel like you're playing full out? And next, if you had only one wish, if you narrowed down all your options down to only one wish, what would it be? And once you cross the pearly gates, what would you hope others would say about the difference you made in the world? What do you hope others will say about you and the difference you've made in the world? Well, hopefully you've been able to dig a little deeper and uncover a new truth about your passions and about what brings in the joy factor for you, because this is a great way to get unstuck from mediocrity and further clarify your life's true purpose, or even up-level your purpose if it's time to ascend. And hopefully you'll come back and look at this exercise again and again and just keep digging for those different layers. Well, I hope this helps you as you're using the powers of alchemy to transform challenges and obstacles and a lack of clarity into positive new successes. But if you still can't get your head around what's got you stuck, you can tell me about it. You can leave a question here, or if you're someone who has the audacity, the willingness to take bold risks to transform challenges into success, you can find out more about our events at successcircleworkshops.com. This is where you can learn more about the audacity of alchemy and how to unlock your hidden power. You'll get a personalized, interactive roadmap that's custom designed to get you unstuck by unlocking your hidden power to create big, magical changes, alchemy. You'll learn to solve problems, dissolve barriers, and bring success to you. So don't wait. Go to successcircleworkshops.com and get your personalized Alchemy Matrix package now. You'll get a full-color workbook filled with hands-on exercises to inspire your creative energies. You'll get membership in your very own success circle for high-level masterminding and networking. And you'll get your very own customized alchemy matrix to unlock your hidden power and bring success to you. And you'll get your very own personal unstuckologist. Remember, the alchemy matrix is the only tool of its kind, and it's only available here. So if you're ready to approach your life challenges with audacity, if you're ready to finally banish frustration, indecision, and a negative spiral, if you're ready to watch success materialize right before your eyes, then don't settle for another minute of ordinary. Go to successcircleworkshops.com and get your personalized Alchemy Matrix package now and watch the magic start to happen. Thanks for joining me today, and I'm wishing you a life filled with all the alchemy you need to bring success to you. Feel free to share this video with anyone you know who's feeling stuck, and I look forward to seeing you in one of our upcoming success circles. You can find out more at successcircleworkshops.com.